Hey guys, Joe here at ECRM Store Brands Week in Vegas, and I'm with Brandon from RangeMe. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, how are you guys?
So, Brandon was one of the presenters during our Store Brands Summit, and so he gave some great insights based on RangeMe data. So, I guess to start off, can you talk a little bit about the data that you gather and how those factor into the RangeMe insights?
Yeah, so part of the presentation essentially this is our first introduction into really giving away some of the insights that we have on the platform, to give it a little bit of background on where it comes from. So, as you know, RangeMe is the industry standard for sourcing products online. The data comes from activities and just engagement from over 6,000 category buyers from about hundreds of retailers, including about 65% in the top 50 in the US, a bunch of independents and regionals. And then they're discovering over 750,000 products, right? And those products are from around 175,000 active product suppliers and manufacturers. So that's a lot of activity, a lot of data. We collect hundreds of thousands of data points, all the way from product attributes to brand details to customer to company details. Right.
So these insights are based on how the buyers navigate those things.
Yes.
So what they're paying attention to, which
what they're filtering
areas.
against, what they're marking interested in, what they're searching for. And on top of that, all the data that we collect from the suppliers so we can find commonalities between the products that are finding success on RangeMe.
Perfect. So that kind of helps you get a glimpse into the future of what will be on the shelves as opposed to what people are buying now.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's pretty exciting because I think that IRI Nielsen have wonderful point of sale data, right? So sales data is really, really important.
But that's after the
exactly. That's after it's sold through. So post shelf, right? And then a lot of buyers use customer sentiment data, so reviews, things like that. You have those two pieces of data make an amalgamation of like what they use to make decisions. But what's missing is that middle piece, right? Is what are their peers? What are other buyers? How are they translating that data and then applying it into their jobs and they're searching for and what they're sourcing? So that's what RangeMe is very, very good at. So a quick example, I went to Expo West this past about a month ago, and one of the top trends was keto, and it was relatively new at Expo West. We saw this 6 months ago on our platform as buyers are already searching for keto. So it's not so much a glimpse into the future as it's a validation of what's actually going to be coming to shelf, right? And it's a better indicator of what we're going to see as consumers when we walk in.
Same thing happened with CBD, right?
Yeah, CBD was 2 years ago.
Yeah,
that's crazy,
right? And now it's just getting into CVS is launched it, Walgreens just launched it. Yeah. So, but for 2 years, it's been a big search.
RangeMe fortune tellers,
Yep. Yeah. Hey, that's what it seems like. So all right. So talk about some of the store brands insights that you presented today.
Yeah. So things are really exciting. That private label's hot right now in the sense that it's becoming more and more a part of the strategy for retailers. And one of the things that we realize is when you compare like store brand, I guess private label buyers versus non-private label buyers, their search behavior are similar, but there are like a lot of core differences, right? So for non-private label buyers, you see micro trends or like specific trends that cross all categories, such as CBD, such as keto, such as vegan, right? To where the private label buyers are searching for staples, right? They need coffee. Water is a big one. Jerky, right? So specific subcategories that fit their needs right now.
So what about was there anything that jumped out from the data that you were looking at within HBC or a grocery?
Yeah, so one of the prevailing themes that was really, really exciting is this, that there wasn't a huge difference in the products that product margin, right? The percentages were very similar from private label to non-private label. Actually, private label had a little bit, better, stronger margin actually.
So these were the margins of the suppliers that they were interacting
And the crazy part about it is, even though the margins were somewhat similar, the price points, so the MSRPs were lower, which means that you're getting better price point for customers,
Yeah.
right? Which is the idea of private label, right?
But it's still getting better
But
margins.
yeah,
so,
exactly.
Okay.
But you're not sacrificing anything on margin.
Yeah.
So that's where you start seeing the strategy come into play and how that manifests itself on the data that we collect.
Excellent.
So it's really cool. Yeah.
No, it's great stuff. You also, one thing more, you also talked about something new that's coming up that called Collections. I didn't even know about this until he presented it. So can you talk a little bit about Collections and what they can expect when it's coming out?
Yeah, so buyers who already are using RangeMe, this is going to be really exciting. And buyers who are new to RangeMe, it's also exciting too because we're going to get into the next stage of sourcing, right? Where right now RangeMe's already very, very strong. You can set your categories, set your filters, and find exactly what you need. But now that we have all this data, we've been collecting data for such a long time now. We're going to start incorporating that into the sourcing strategy, right? Okay. So in other words, we're launching something called Collections. It's going to launch next month. And essentially what it is the ability for us to marry your settings, so your category settings, your subcategory settings, and the stuff that you want with the data that we collect. So the algorithm becomes stronger. Mm-hmm. We're going to feed you actual curated collections essentially of products that not only fit your category,
but match their behavior.
Exactly.
Okay.
But also actually really optimize what you're trying to do.
Okay.
Right? Because we've been collecting all this stuff. So in other words, if you're a coffee buyer, right, we're gonna feed you the products that fit you best. If you're regional centric, right? If you're concentrating specifically on margin, we're going to feed you the best products and the best brands, which is really, really exciting. So we're going to have a ton of different collections that we're going to be able to offer, and then it just cuts the time again. Yeah. Right, so the whole idea of RangeMe is to make sourcing more efficient.
Get on that faster, yeah.
Right,
yeah.
So and now we're going to make it even more efficient by doing a lot of the work for you.
Yeah.
Which is really exciting, yeah.
So this is going to show up. They'll still be able to search everything.
Yes.
This is just a smarter view of
another way of doing it. Yeah.
Okay, great.
So think of it as writer's block, right? Mm-hmm. All of us have gotten writer's block in some way, shape,
Not
or
me.
form.
I never get that. No.
But imagine if you're able to put the pen down on paper and it just start writing for you.
Okay.
Right. That's essentially what it is.
Yeah.
And, this is the age now where we have scale through technology, and RangeMe is just continuing to innovate for the buyers, so we can start seeing better products and better products on shelf and faster to shelf.
Excellent. Well, I look forward to seeing it. And thanks for joining us.
Thanks, dude.
All right, Brandon Leong with RangeMe.